everyone. Welcome to episode 72 of the Migtown podcast, your only weekly source for SmackDowns that hurt a little harder than Will Smith slaps. As usual, I'm producer Tim. Joining me is the mayor of Migtown, Drexel. Say hi.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Good
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, Good Friday. I forgot. Yeah.
Does Australia celebrate Good Friday too? Do you guys do the whole Christian thing?
Yeah, it's a public holiday. I only learned today that it's not a public holiday over there, and you don't even, get the Friday off half the time.
Oh, we do in Canada.
Well, America is really cut.
Yeah, we get the Friday off. We don't get the Monday off.
Oh, we get both. It's so good.
Government gets Monday off. Banks and government get Monday off, but I mean, they get every day off, so. Drex, when has a government bureaucrat ever lifted a finger in their life?
Never. They're useless, man.
Yeah, so how is not going in any different than what they get done any other day of the week?
Right.
But, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Today is going to be an episode themed around the country who lost a war to an emu. How do you guys sleep at night?
Very soundly.
They first go and flush the toilet and the water goes the opposite direction.
Yeah, a lot of us drink. That's the most of it, I think.
Is that like the ultimate cope? You guys have like the cope juice? Just like, crack one open.
Drinking's just a part of the culture over here.
Damn.
It's insane.
Damn.
I mean, it's not so bad, really.
As long as you guys don't have the eyes that young kid had, man. But, I mean, Roth, Apex, I brought you guys in because Australia is an eerie reminder of where things, for you, where things are, and, especially during the lockdowns, and where things are headed for the rest of the West, right? Especially New Zealand, which, like you said, that could be a whole nother episode about New Zealand, man. So, I mean, first, just let us know, like, what, I'll start with you, Roth. Just Australia in general, right? You grew up in Australia. You're living there. Just give us like a rough idea of what Australia is to you, or was to you, and is to you.
Well, in general, I still like Australia. There are some problems with it, as some of the things we're going through because of changing policies and things like that. But in general, I find it's generally a nice place. I like the people. I like we have better food than when I went to America because you guys just seem to put sugar in everything. So it's a lot more fresh food. We have the potential to be pretty independent, and yeah. But what's been happening lately has been pretty eye-opening to see where things will be going, I feel.
Good answer. Now, Apex, what about you? The Australia that was versus the Australia that is. What do you think about that?
It really hit a turning point after Obama got voted in, which is a very typical thing for someone to say. But, I mean, the fix was in after that. It's been just tailgating whatever the UK does policy-wise, especially with, like, privacy on your own phone, gun laws. And we get a lot of the social trends from California, especially in the last 15 years. It's been psycho, and all the bad things that come along with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the 90s were great because, no one gave a shit about anything. And, you could say anything and everyone was having a good time. Yeah.
What a good time, man. Like,
yeah.
The 90s is something that I think everyone kind of misses because, like, that was right before things really started spiraling out of control, right?
Yeah.
Because once we hit 2000 and then post 9/11 is when the first crackdown started happening with surveillance, right? Surveillance and infringing on freedoms, NSA and all this. You started seeing that really post 9/11. Like, there was a time when you could go to the airport and just go pick people up, go greet people, and then 9/11. And it was like, oof.
Yeah.
And how dare you bring shampoo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who can forget about that, right? You used to be able to just bring stuff on.
When I was a kid, I came to America. I was like 5 or 6. I had a plastic toy gun in my goddamn bag. Yeah, this was a little bit before 9/11, so everyone was cool. But afterwards, I might have been arrested as a 5-year-old terrorist or something.
I went to America after 9/11, and coming from Australia, it was the first time I'd actually seen like that level of airport security where they've got, the assault weapons and all of that. And it was just it was like going into a completely different world. It was very strange.
Well, now we have to actually start there, Roth and Apex. Guns. So, before we get into the nitty gritty about policing in Australia, guns. You guys thought guns were a bad idea, right? Guns bad?
Yeah, everyone except me apparently. I grew up shooting him.
So what is the typical like view that Australians tend to have in terms of guns and gun laws and
Yeah,
owning
guns are an
guns?
American evil meme that results in lots of death and zero self-protection. This is,
Well,
common
that
take.
depends, because I've got, lots of friends who are, farmers and things like that.
Yeah.
And, they've all got guns. They go out shooting, they go out pigging, they go out spotlighting. Yeah, there's that. They've invited me along. I've gone. I will admit, I've never actually fired a gun, but I've been around people who have and haven't ever felt, not safe. So I think there's, they're seen as possibly more as a tool, as in not something that everybody has. But, those people who need them to say, keep the feral animals down and stuff are able to get them,
That's
and
not
that
bad.
sort of thing. So
Now, what about on the more interpersonal level? I believe that was you, Apex, that said that some kid just went ahead and pulled out the shank, and you guys had a
Yeah, at the
very
Easter show the other day. And I was having a conversation, and one of my mates said, "No, it's a good thing that no one had a gun in case someone copped a bullet off to the side." And then I said, "Well, maybe the presence of a gun might prevent that stabbing." And he disagrees, but it's just what kind of the average person will think around here, which is fine, I guess.
But I think there was a fair change in the Australian mindset around guns after Port Arthur.
Yeah.
So
Yep. The mass casualty event. And then they're like, oh, if we give up all our guns, no, there will never be a mass casualty event again in Australia.
yeah about that. Now, let me ask you something. When it comes to like mass casualty events, right? Do people ever look at mass casualty? I keep saying mass casualty events as a social tragedy, right? You see what I'm saying? Because everyone always says, "Well, Tim, mass casualty means like bodies hitting the floor, right?"
Yep.
But what about social casualties, where cancel culture, Me Too, boys being forced into hormone blockers, and the family court? Does anyone ever see that
Or
as a thing?
Abortion.
Abortion, right? Yeah.
A taboo topic. It's very challenging to have a conversation around anything that is, remotely political around here, because your job relies on it. Of course, if you have a career, you have to like play around with it every time you're in the office and all that shit. It's fucking annoying.
and it does depend where you work, because
Yeah.
So where are the places that if you work that things are more allowed or not allowed? What do you think about that?
I mean, I worked at a place, medium-sized company, and HR was handled at the pub every Friday. So that was pretty awesome. But now I work in the complete opposite end of that stick, where it's, quotas and all that sort of stuff.
I've always worked for larger companies, and it's usually most of them, when you sign up, they've got things of, keep your politics at home, don't bring them to the office, which I quite like that's said up front. I did see a lessening of the enforcement of that over time, as HR people changed and different things like that, to be that only certain topics were not to be talked about, but other topics were. And that was one of the things I just thought, oh, well, that's just from working in a bureaucracy. So
Yeah,
I just
I
put it down
did
to that.
work in education, and at one point we did get pulled into a meeting, and it was like, okay, this person is now a trans person, and you better make sure that you get it right from now on, because it's going to be a huge deal for the principal and for all the authority at this place if you do not get this correct.
No. Wait, all right.
Yeah.
So watch this. Okay. If that's true, why doesn't everyone at your school figure out the hoax and just start identifying as trans? Like, why do people keep holding on to the principles?
Dude, the rate that it happens now, I can't honestly tell if like half the kids are doing it out of just a complete satire of the situation, because it's, you know, some of them have good senses of humor.
Kids are legendary for that. You know,
Yeah.
they know what to joke about because kids get their cues from the reactions of adults around them.
Yeah.
Right? So when they make a joke about something and every adult like flips their lid, then the kid's like, "Oh, this hit a nerve."
Yep. Yeah, kids know. Well, kids know. Adults know. Dogs know, right? I mean,
I'm not
animals.
gonna lie, dude.
figure out.
I've still got that mentality. If I say something and it pisses someone off, I'm just gonna keep hammering it. I can't
Yep.
help myself.
Oh, yeah, well, you can't help but troll. Now, when it comes to some of the issues in Australia, like, you know, we'll even start with like some of the woke, right? Let's talk about first the woke push before we get into a couple of these articles. The woke push in Australia. What do you think about it, Roth?
I think in some ways it's further along in some ways than in America, because, as I said, in corporate and that sort of thing, it has been sort of more widely there for a while, whereas in America it just seems to be that people have just realised it within the last couple of years. But as Apex was saying, the 80s and 90s were very much almost an anti-PC type time in Australia.
Yeah.
And then we flipped hard. And when that happened, it almost was an overnight switch of, you know, oh, well, now those things that we used to be able to talk about, no, you can't mention that. Or if you do, you've got to do those sorts of struggle sessions. And, you know, we're all, okay, we're now all going to go to our diversity training and things. So,
The people are very confused.
yes.
Yeah, no one knows what direction to take.
Apex, let me ask you this. The people who are opposed to woke, what do they do? Right? In Australia,
There's
how do
so
they
few
respond?
of them that it's like literally finding Spot the Nazi at this rate. There's just that so few of them that would be open about it. I was saying earlier, like out of all the people I've met, not on the internet, there's only one person that would have a good time in a conversation like we're having now. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
For the most part, Australians will just shut up and accept
yeah.
and just move on. They might think it's crazy, but for the most part, they just won't speak out terribly openly.
Yeah, people forget that we started off over here as a bunch of prisoners, so we've been getting stomped on the whole time.
And that leads into some of the other things, which I'm not sure where I heard it, but this isn't my thought. But they said, but we're the product of both our prisoner heritage and our jailers. So that's why I think Australians in general are fairly, at least to start with, are fairly much more accepting of a little bit more authority. But once...
a lot more authority.
Wouldn't they be?
yeah.
Here's my question though, Roth. Wouldn't Australians be more into rebellion? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that make more sense?
But that's what I was saying. Once you reach a certain point, you know, then you get an awful lot of people complaining. So the governments over the last, well, fair while have been very good at walking that line and slowly moving it forward, so that the point of view where people are actually going to rebel is getting further than it was. Because I look at some of the things that are happening now, like I saw in your Supreme Court, they asked, you know, the appointee, you know, what is a woman, and she couldn't answer it. We had the same question asked in our Senate estimates to our Department of Health from a senator I think it was only last week, and they had to take the question on notice.
Oh.
No one from the Department of Health would answer that question, and the senator said, "Yeah, this is the funniest thing I've seen. I've got 2 professors and a whole bunch of senior public servants, and they can't answer a simple question." And they just all looked at each other from the
Let me ask
Department
you
of
this, though,
Health.
Roth. Is the question ever asked? And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I've ever heard this question asked. What is a man?
No, because that's irrelevant.
You notice that though, right? Like, Tim, have you heard anyone ask that question? Like, what is a man then?
Yeah,
Right?
that's because men don't get confused, right?
Yeah.
No, I have the answer to that question, Drex. What is a man? They are the problem.
Yeah, of course, right?
That's great.
It's sad that, but Tim is right though. I don't know if you heard about this, Tim. We have a new article that just got put out. Brittany Griner, right, is detained in Russia. There was an article written that says the reason why all of this happened is because of the gender pay gap. Men's fault. Can't make this up.
Didn't she get caught with like Wade?
Whoa, Apex, calm down. The reason
is that
why
hate
Brittany
speech?
Griner was there, that's hate speech, okay? She
Right,
she had to do all that. She was forced to because she's a
Alright.
strong woman who doesn't get paid those millions
Oh,
like
so she
the
got like
NBA
Chappelle
men.
Corbett.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Apex, poor Chappelle Corby, she just had to take that boogie board to Bali instead of buying one over there for like $1.50 equivalent. And it just happened to be somewhere between when she put it onto the conveyor belt and taking it off it in Bali, some evil person just replaced the boogie board with a whole bunch of weed.
It's fake
And-
news.
Yeah. Don't know.
People sit still for her so hard.
Of course they do. Now, the reason why I asked about the woke push, because we're about to get into policing. And as you guys know, I believe that the truest evil in the world are cuckservatives. Cuckservatives are the worst thing that has ever existed. Worse than any Karen, worse than any tyrannical government, worse than feminism. Nothing that's ever existed on this planet is worse than a cuckservative. And I have lots of reasons for that. And Tim, we're about to share with the world what cuckservatives have been doing and who they simp for. Because I believe that every day that cuckservatives wake up, they have one thought in mind other than simping for their woman, right? After simping for their woman, they think to themselves, all I want to do when I wake up is suck a cop's dick. The whole thing. The mushroom head,
The shaft,
the balls, the hairs. They want to get all of that in. They want to completion. I believe cuckservatives are all in the closet, man. Every one of
Cop Gaggers.
them. Yep. I need to pitch that to Duke.
It's
I
not
need to
very
pitch that to
progressive
Duke, man.
of you. I'm sure
Yeah,
there
cop
are women
gaggers,
police
man.
officers.
Cop Gaggers.
Raw. Cuckservatives are less than useless. Like, they are filth. Because
I guess-
they will sit there and see something and go like this. And say nothing. At least the crazy libtard, right? Say what you will about a crazy libtard. Can we all agree that libtards do something? Whether right or wrong, which is basically wrong. They do something though, right, Tim? Do they ever just sit there and just go, no, I'm not going to do anything. My principles. Do they ever say that? No. They do something, right? They go into
they
school
burn shit
boards.
down.
They burn shit down. They do something.
Or to become the bastion of power.
Yep.
That oppresses
Something, no. They're still doing something, right? Every time that people have had this, the left, Drex, but the left. Yes or no? It's a simple yes or no question. Are they doing something? And the answer is an overwhelming yes. Leftists are alphas. Right-wing people are beta bitches, right? They all get pegged. They're less than useless. I'm saying, I just want the left to win like overwhelmingly, like to a point where it's like this. I don't want the Republican Party to exist, Tim. I just want
the
them
funny
gone.
part is-
they're useless.
I mean, if the midterm election was held today, they'd probably take back the House and the Senate.
Oh yeah.
And all is great in Republican land because they won, Drex. They won.
Yeah.
They're in control.
Well, we're not going to change any laws, right? They're not going to do anything. You let Biden there, you let Obama there. Laws get changed, right? Forever.
Mm.
Apex, you think your kids are safe at school? Watch this. Thanos snap. Now everything is going to be trans everything, right? And then when the right gets in office, what do they do, Tim? Do they go, we're not going to allow this? Is that what they do, Tim?
Nope.
No. What do they do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
They literally do nothing. Like, how can someone say that a leftist is worse than a right person when the leftist does something? Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, something. And then the other side literally does nothing. I have no respect for that, man. None. That is the worst kind of evil, that you can call out someone for being evil. And when someone says, well, what are you doing about it? That's it.
They don't really believe in this stuff, though, because balls to the wall, they'd sell their values out in a second. They're no worse than the women in Ukraine who lay down for their Russian occupiers.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
spread their legs.
Getting that
have
Russian
you guys
dick.
been seeing those Georgian thoughts getting patrolled in?
No,
The ones who they were taking a
Oh.
photo near some. Yeah, they were taking thirst trap photos near some blown up military vehicles, and
There was another explosion.
Wait, what?
They got yeeted.
Yeah, they got yeeted pretty hard.
Because they were able to geolocate where that was. And they're
yeah.
like, oh, that's where you're hanging out.
Yeah, dude.
Boom! Cruise missile.
Oh, I didn't see that. Damn, I wish I did.
That's
Yeah,
how the
that's
Reddit battalion
insane.
got annihilated. You
What's
remember?
really crazy is that it's happening over and over again.
They
Yeah.
don't learn, Drex.
No.
They don't learn, man.
They keep going on like Snapchat and Instagram and
Yeah.
Tinder, right? And they leave their location service on.
Yep.
So the Russians hacked the Ukrainian cell provider, and now they can just ping everyone's cell phone in the whole country. And they're like, "Oh, look at all these guys
Yeah.
taking, selfies with all the barracks and the military in the background.
Smart.
Geolocate that and drop a cruise missile right on it."
Boom. Wow. Savage. Now, Tim.
An entire British foreign mercenary group was taken out because of that.
Oof. Well, I mean, hey, look, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? Now,
Yeah.
we're going to get right into
Russians don't
stupid
fuck
prizes. Yeah. Putin's not playing. Now, we're going to get into stupidity, peak stupidity. Tim, the video that says, this is from Sky News Australia, that says, Victoria Police wants Australians to, quote unquote, to forget what they've been up to. I sent you that video. We're about to go ahead with my fellow Aussie mates right here, and we're going to break this video down, and you guys are going to let us know what conservatives think of the police. And this is especially for all of my white people who are always pushing for this 13/50 narrative, right, about black people committing crimes and blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to see what happens when the shoe is on the other foot and your government officials tell those white officers to beat down and terrorize white people. So this is for all you conservatives out there who I wish would all just go ahead and, take a dirt nap because you're less than useless. And without further ado,
Now
this
to
is
matters
Sky News
closer
Australia.
To home, and Victoria Police Command wants you to forget about what they've been up to for the past couple of years. Harassing old women on park benches, arresting pregnant women in their kitchens for Facebook posts, enforcing playground bans on children, and their brutal response to anti-lockdown protests. Yes, please forget all that and remember they are on our side. After 2 years of overreach and selective policing, the VicPol hierarchy want to rebuild their brand.
Police are promising more of this and this in a brand rebuilding exercise.
We're approachable, we're involved, we're working with them, and we're here to help.
They're also hoping to repair a brand damaged by 2 years of unpopular COVID policing.
We know we've had to perform duties and engage with people, and it might not have been what they would have expected in the first instance because of the COVID environment we're in.
No, Commissioner, you didn't have to do any of the insanely illiberal and often downright brutal enforcement that you and your members of your command enthusiastically embrace. You didn't have to allow the police force to become politicised. You didn't have to stand with bureaucrats banning children from playgrounds. Want to build trust with the Victorian public? I can't imagine why.
Excuse me, what on earth?
Just put your phone down.
Can you
in relation
record this?
to-
I'm in my pajamas.
What's
I had
this?
an ultrasound in an hour. because
Yeah,
I'm
she's
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah, they choked out that one. Fucking hell.
Media!
Oh, this.
Oh, this was. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, they're shooting. They're now shooting.
We have seen Victoria police
pause, Tim.
behave abhorrently. We had officers in
Push pause.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to take a quick little break right here with Apex and Roth. Now, Apex, Roth, right-leaning conservatives that simp for the police every day and say they are for the people and our taxes pay their salaries and all this bullshit. And they're all for the people. I want to ask you something. What part of that looked like they were for the people? Tell me.
Oh, but if they weren't doing anything wrong, they wouldn't have to worry. The police would leave them alone.
Look, didn't you see that guy?
That was
he was
perfect.
very tired. He was very tired, and the police just had to help him fall asleep. Just threw his ass on the
He's
ground.
very tired, right? He
He's
just
very tired.
Those tiled floors at Melbourne Central are not
my
are much
God.
softer than they look, and his head didn't bounce that hard.
Yeah, that was a foam pad. There was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Dude, he just oversold it like in wrestling, right? He just sold that fall. He threw himself on that floor, right?
Oh my God.
He must have licked a pill that was in between his teeth and knocked himself out.
Yep. Yeah, clearly. Now, I want to ask you guys this.
He's got his curve flattened.
Yeah. I got to ask you guys this. When it comes to the right, who has been for police forever, right? And they say that they are for the people. How many of these people ever thought to themselves, their title is law enforcement, which means whatever government is there, right, which is in power, they can enforce. Okay, they can enact a law, and then the cops are now required to enforce. So if someone says, Roth, Apex, this is for all the people of Australia, you are required by law for your boys age 12 and under to get hormone replacement therapy. Apex, Roth, I want you to tell me what the cops are going to do to make sure that you do that.
Come knocking at your door for starters.
And then what's going to happen?
You know, oh, you're a bigot. Well, that's actually a hate speech crime law. So now you're unfit to raise these children. So they'll come with us now.
That's right.
They would wait to make sure that most people complied first, and then they would go after the very few who wouldn't. And those scenes you just saw. So there was also that guy who was arrested because of his Facebook posts, and they're asking, "Is this you?" And he says, "Yeah, it's me. You know it's me. You know, why are you pretending that you don't know it's me?"
Well, first of all, why would you say that? No, I've never heard of this person in my life. Someone hacked my account. Do the Rontoya defense. I do not remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that's Ronald Reagan, right? I do not recall.
A lot of child porn related cases that get put down to hacking, but you know, having an opinion about COVID. Nah, you didn't get hacked, fam. We know it's you.
We know it's you. All right. And this is the beauty of all this. See, this is the reason why I loathe conservatives so much. And every time they even breathe on earth, it's an affront to God himself. They will look at this footage, right? And say, but I mean, not all cops are like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something.
No, you know what they will say? It's like, oh, he shouldn't have been out protesting.
Shouldn't have been out protesting, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't. But I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I don't know why you would go into that environment where you know there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of cops.
Especially with the coof running rampant, you're just turning it into a super spreader event.
Except it's like, oh, but I'm going to a Black Lives Matter protest. It's like, oh, well, don't worry, you should go. Hey, take your friend too.
No
racism is more serious than COVID.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That line got thrown out, unironically.
See, and here's the thing. All it takes is just one guy to put a screwdriver in a place where it don't belong, and this type of behavior wouldn't be so commonplace. Do you know how comfortable those cops look going into someone's house, arresting pregnant women?
Yep.
Because they don't fear the consequences.
That's
Try
right.
that in America, Drex.
Well, hold on, Tim.
No knock warrants. How many cops get yeeted?
I gotta be fair. Most people in America would sit there and lay down because most people in America are bitch made. They aren't gonna do anything because most people won't do it. Most people on this earth are less than useless. At best, they should just be fertilizer. Okay, they have no backbone, right?
A life of least resistance. Really?
What are they going to do? Watch this. Hey, Tim. At the end of the day, if the cops say we're going to come take something from you, whether it be your child, whatever, what is your average person going to do?
The average person won't do shit.
They're just not going to do nothing. Okay, so if we can acknowledge that, what are they going to do when they start saying, this is what we're teaching your kids in school to try to stop us? And most people are going to do what? The vast majority, over 90%. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, there
And
must
when
be
they
a
come take
reason
your
for
kid-
it.
Thank you, Daddy. Please teach me harder.
Yeah. Okay. When someone comes to take your kids and give them gender reassignment surgery, I have a question for you, cuck-servative. What are you going to do? Hey, watch this. Hey, Tim, Soapy Long case. What state did that happen in?
Texas.
That's a red state or blue state?
Red.
Uh-huh.
Listen to
And-
the media, though, it's purple, according
course.
to them.
Now, Tim, what about that case where the father is now forced to pay for his son's gender reassignment?
Younger case. Texas.
Texas. So,
I think
Texans.
both are actually out of Austin. No, wait, one is I don't know where Sophie's from, but I'm pretty sure the James Younger case is Austin.
They always say, you know what cuck servers are going to say? That's a liberal city, Drex. Oh, so you're telling me if it happens somewhere else that you're going to do something? You're not going to do anything. Cuck
Hey, Drex.
conservatives don't do anything in life.
That
other
guy
than
who
cuck.
got himself yeeted because he was looking for his kid, and the mom was like, "No, he's not here."
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He's
Got
getting
himself-
away with it, isn't he?
Oh yeah, no, they're not going to file charges because, I mean, that's Texas for you. But
That's right.
Meanwhile, that mother's not going to face a single consequence because the kid is supposed to be there.
You know what? Actually, we're currently not allowed to defend our children if someone breaks into our house. There was a case where someone fucked up some dude that had crawled in through the child's window, and he got he got a criminal charge. I don't know if he went to jail for it, but he got a criminal charge for it.
Okay, so Apex, let me
That's
ask
how
you
you're
this.
worse in Canada. Because
Let
at
me
least
ask
in
this
Canada,
question.
you can do that.
What was he supposed to do? Tell me.
He was supposed to call the cops and wait 3 hours for them to come.
I love cuck conservatives, man. Every time cuck conservatives open their mouth and say and sit behind something and do nothing, Tim, I just want the human race to just get a lot smaller, because these people exist on Earth.
Can Russia
have that
fire
ability,
nukes
man.
already? Please?
I'm dead serious. Look,
do you mean? We
I
just had
don't have
COVID
that
and-
gene in me. You see what I'm saying? Like I tell people, I was born without the cuck gene. Everywhere I went, I was a problem. I was a problem at work. I was a problem at school. I was a problem in sports. And I started, why was I a problem? Because I wasn't a fucking cuck. Okay, that's why I was a problem. When people say, well, Drex, what are you going to do? Well, let's go look at my receipts. And I was a problem everywhere, right? Oh, here's Drex's file. Oh, my God. He doesn't listen to authority. He doesn't do blah, 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 blah. Oh, so you're saying he's not a cuck. See? A lot of people say they're going to do something, but when push comes to shove, they ain't going to do shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
I used to
When-
get that at school.
Yep.
Apex is very smart, but he is not applied. It's like,
Yeah, he's not
really?
applying. I got the same report, right? And when the COVID stuff came and they started saying, you better go get this vax, yeah, my answer was what? No. See? Drex, you got receipts? Yeah, I got receipts. No. What did you say, random person? Fucking cuck. I gotta shut up. See? These people are soft. Okay? And when I look at soft people, like I said, the fact that they exist on Earth, it's why I'm an accelerationist. I want all this shit to collapse so that there's no more government. And it's like this. Now these people, Tim, are going to be forced to do what? To survive by any means necessary. Right?
I'll just
And
call
it's
that
easy to
government.
talk tough when you're on the internet, right? Oh, I'm going to talk real tough on the internet. Most of these people have never been in a fight. They've never been punched in the face. Nothing. They've never done anything.
Yeah, it fucking hurts.
It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot.
It does
When
not
you've
take
been
much.
punched in the
Drex, a 5-year-old could hit you in the eye socket and give you a black eye for a week.
Easily.
It
hurts to get
hurts.
punched in the face. But you know what, though? You have to be willing to take the hits. And what I see is a bunch of people saying, well, I mean, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Well, we're going to talk about some feathers getting ruffled, aren't we, Tim? Because we got some articles that Apex and Roth are going to go over here with me. Now, we're going to start with, because, we love identity politics on this channel. Apex sent me something that is a godsend. Apex, there is an article, Tim, I want you to pull it up. Nurses forced to announce white privilege when treating indigenous peoples. This is beautiful, because this is coming here. Coming soon to a Western country near you, cucks, conservatives, who do nothing. All right, it reads, racist to its core. outrage as nurses are subject to a new code where they must announce their quote-unquote white privilege before treating Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander patients. All right, and it says nurses and midwives forced to announce their white privilege. New code asks medical staff to reveal their white upbringing before treatment.
Oh, so if you're a black adopted, that still have white privilege.
Yeah, white privilege. Yeah, if you're adopted by white people, you have to announce your privilege because you were raised.
Really?
It
Hey,
is
Drex,
to protect
you ain't-
culture. Oh, go ahead,
You
Tim.
ain't black enough. You ain't black.
Hey, you ain't black
That's
enough
what
now.
that says. You ain't black enough.
Yeah, we define what blackness is. Where are you, conservatives? Nowhere. Okay, let's go on. It is to protect, quote unquote, cultural safety of indigenous Torres Strait Islander people. It has been slammed as, quote unquote, racist to its core and nonsensical by those opposed. Now, Tim, are the people who oppose it, are they going to do anything?
Nope. By the way, Torres Strait is very offensive to transgender Torres people.
Oh,
This
God.
is beautiful.
Taurus cis.
Right, Drex, double down, triple down, quadruple
Yep.
down.
Well, it says right here.
Accelerate it straight to the brick wall.
What do you think? It says midwives also. It says Australian nurses and midwives are being forced to announce their white privilege before treating Indigenous and Torres Strait Islander patients, a move which has been slammed as racist to its core. The term white privilege defines the unearned social and cultural advantages awarded to people with white skin, which are not enjoyed by people of color in non-white backgrounds. The Nursing and Midwifery Board believes the cultural safety of Indigenous or Torres Strait Islander patients is just as important as their clinical safety.
I will just say, I believe this is in Queensland.
Yeah,
and
it is.
They're
I see it
very
right there.
different.
Oh, yeah, here, let
a
me...
very different breed up there.
Oh, yeah, Tim, I saw down there. It's
Especially in
just
far
beneath
north
that.
Queensland.
Scroll
They're
down.
not
I
quite
saw Queensland. It
Tasmanians,
says,
but, you know.
Graham, I don't know if that's Graham or Gramey, Haycroft,
Graham.
spokesperson for the
Oh,
Nurses
yeah.
Professional Association of Queensland, told Sky News the addition to the code of conduct
Oh,
could have serious consequences for nurses and is simply, quote unquote, racist. The board describes the move as, quote unquote, a decolonizing model of practice based on dialogue, communication, power sharing, and negotiation, and the acknowledgement of white privilege. This is all word soup, okay? This doesn't have any actual meaning in the real world.
Nope.
You say, watch this. Hey, Apex, I want to start with you. What does all of this mean to you?
It means it's going to take a long time to treat a heart attack patient. Because, you know, while they're dying without a heart rate, someone's introducing themselves and their white privilege, you know, before they can get the pedals on. I don't know how this could possibly, you know. They're dying, aren't they? They need help, not to be told that they're, you know, sorry.
Roth, what about you? What do you see about this?
Well, with the whole thing there, I think they're looking at possibly the wrong side of the problem. Surely they should be saying, why are there not more people of their own, area who can look after them? Why do they have to import all of this whiteness into their communities to look after them? And maybe that's...
Roth, sir, you are very clearly displaying your white privilege right now, okay?
Yeah. You're not allowed to say that.
You're not allowed to say that. Like, okay.
I know.
Hey, Drex, the decolonization is a big thing up here in Canada, too.
Oh, yeah.
Can I show you something?
Oh, please do.
I want to show you this. Let's see.
Yeah, Tim, both of our countries apologize to First Nations before all of our business meetings.
Drex,
Great.
if you think Indigenous people have no agricultural knowledge, then you have a colonized mind.
What?
If you think Aboriginal people
Hang
get
on.
everything for free, you have a colonized... This is like Jeff Foxworthy for retards.
Yep.
If you think Aboriginal people have no justice system, you might have a colonized mind.
What are you?
Unbelievable.
That first one is actually quite a meta joke. I mean, like, the thing is, and this is like with a lot of their rationalizations, is that it requires them to believe that that race is X, Y, or Z. For, you know what I mean? It's like, well, the fact that you would imply that all Aboriginal must know about agriculture and to think otherwise is retarded, it's, you know, itself completely racist. Or whatever.
This is a joke, man. And the thing is, though, is like when I look at the fact that only one side is actively pushing something, and the other side just says, "No, don't do that." Oh no!
Hey, Drex, I just saw something you're gonna love.
Ooh, what's that?
In this article, let me pull the article back up. Look at the highlighted part. The inclusion of white privilege in the code of conduct was first exposed by Cory Bernardi's Australian Conservatives.
Well, it was exposed. Yeah, it's going to be exposed by them. But then see, it says Senator Bernardi heavily criticized the move, labeling as "quote unquote" another virtue signal and nonsensical. Right.
So obviously, the next part of the article is where he did something about it, right?
Oh yeah. We're about to get to that. What did they do? Part right.
You know what? You guys are defaming us too hard right now. You guys have not heard of Pauline Hanson and her famous hijab bit.
Wait, who?
And so Senator Pauline Hanson, very fine lady.
Yes. I know who you're talking about.
She's incredible. She had a problem with Middle Eastern immigrants and the fact that they could wear their full dress robes without being questioned and to confirm their ID and stuff. And her rationale was like, well, anyone could be under that. So what she did is walked her ass into the Senate in a complete hijab and said, see, I could have had a bum under this. We should kick all these cunts out. It was the funniest thing. She thought she'd really got them.
Pauline Hanson, a redhead? I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, we talked about our redheads. They're crazy.
Yeah. A couple of spouses.
She is funny. She pulls some real fucking knee slappers.
This is just
former fish and chip shop
so
owner.
the whole thing of egging politicians started in Australia, if I recall.
Oh yeah, that still happens.
Jesus.
But yeah, she's hilarious. Because it's like, Pauline, everyone knows it's you under there. Like, fuck.
Oh wait, she competed on Dancing with the Stars?
She's got a TV show about herself now. It's pretty funny. Trying to ride the memes for the election.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Pauline Hanson, One Nation leader.
Oh yeah, she's a real character. She's been going forever. What was that thing that she said about, are you xenophobic? Someone asked her and she said, please explain. That's like her number one quote.
Uh-huh.
She should just go around asking people to define women. What is a woman?
Oh, Pauline Hanson is a very strong woman. You know, you guys might actually like her.
Well, she's going to be a lot. So I'm guessing she's considered part of the far right in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like Marie Le Pen
all the time.
She's like Maxime Bernier up here. She'd be like
I'm not sure. So
Donald Trump.
So far right in Australia is probably centre right in America.
I get
like
it.
Our
I get
far
it.
right is vastly. Even the far left in Australia, well, it's getting towards the equivalent of your far left, but it's still far less organised, even though they've managed to win almost everything through not trying, because they've just imported everything from America and the UK and Canada.
Well, the shaming language of that's been used is important because there's an article that I've talked to Tim about, and we've never officially covered it, but I want you guys' take on this because as white men. The boys apologizing. Schoolboys made to apologize for stuff we didn't do. Yeah, we're already here now. This is already here, and this is schoolboys made to apologize for quote unquote stuff we didn't do during assembly about actual assault, and it says parents are quote unquote outraged after their sons are forced to turn to a girl and say sorry for the quote unquote behaviors of their gender, right?
Well, that's transphobic.
This is from March last year, right?
This is only a little bit less than, all white people have to apologise to all black people for all of the slavery and other things. So it's just a similar thing that's going on everywhere. As I've said to my friends, I'm completely prepared to pay reparations to every single slave I've ever owned.
Right. Wait a second.
Yeah.
It says college, but the kids are 12. So what?
College
Explain that to me.
Yeah.
So that'll just be the name of the school. It'll just be called the college. So Australian school system is broken up into primary school or preschool, primary school, which is sort of kindergarten to year 6. So that's up till 12, and then we have high school from 13 to 16, then college. It depends. So where I'm from, we had college then from 17 to 18, and then you go to university.
Yeah, Quebec has something similar called CGIP. Yeah. Anyways, I just wondering why it was called a college, but it's obviously
probably because it's a school that goes all the way from kindergarten through to year 12. So they'll just call it a college.
That's college.
Okay.
So now, here's the thing, though. I'm looking the very first paragraph here, right? It says, during a whole school assembly at Brouwer College in Victoria, Australia, all male students were told to stand up, turn to a girl in their class, and say sorry, right? And later on, it says the assembly was held amid growing concern about the treatment of girls at school. Now, it says nothing about boys ever, right? It doesn't ever say anything about how boys are treated. The fact that most of the teachers are female, and those are females are out here bunker busting these underage boys, right? Which is totally illegal. No one says nothing. I will, because I'm fucking me.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I will say, just to stop you there, you've then got to read the next line, including in the UK. So they're being asked to apologise to girls in Australia in their school for something that is potentially maybe happening in England.
Yep. Because that makes sense, right? And then Levi, age 12, said it made him feel uncomfortable.
That makes perfect sense over here. We're in an upside down country.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel a bit.
You've seen The Simpsons. You have to flip the plane when you cross the equator and come to Australia.
Yeah.
Now this is where I'm different from these other kids. Where this boy says, "I felt a bit under pressure to stand up, and if I didn't, I felt like I was a bad person." See, I was a bad person. You understand? Because I learned that, like, when people call me a bad person, what they really mean is, "Damn, Drex, you can't be controlling. You're not a fucking cuck." You see what I'm saying? That's what they really mean when they say that. And then what does it say? It said many pupils left the gathering. Oh my! Bravo! I gotta give these kids some credit. Another student, Vinny, said many pupils left the gathering feeling upset and confused. Whatever boys got up and walked out, I respect those. Every boy who stood up and apologized to a girl, you're a cuck, and your future is Will Smith. Okay, you're gonna be a cuck. That's all you're ever gonna be.
I think he's saying in that sentence that after they left, they felt upset and confused. I don't think they walked out on the. There's no kid in a public school who would ever do that.
I would.
Yeah.
I got. Actually,
in a public school, not. Fucking teachers will get bashed in the public schools.
Oh yeah, I remember getting banned. I got banned from a lot of stuff. I walked out of classes. I walked out of Fayed in protest. Like, I was that kid. Like, I actually, dude, in my past, I actually did the stuff I believed in. Like, if I said something was wrong, I stood my ground. I remember walking. I was actually on the front page of I think it was a school paper, the local paper, when there was a mass walkout when we got a new principal. Right? It was an excuse for me to leave school, so I figured, hey, that's great. I'll do it.
Yeah, you and Nick have said that. When they banned hats in school, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do a walkout. I guess we go to the arcade."
Yeah, walk out. Yeah, we'll just wear hats. Like, what are you gonna do? Because here's the thing: this is a pro tip for everybody out there, especially conservatives. You know, the most useless people on earth. If someone says we have a rule saying no hats in school, watch this. Hey Tim, tell me what happens if every kid in school wears a hat.
Oh, you gonna throw us all in jail?
You gonna throw everybody out?
Or you gonna throw everyone in detention? Cool.
Everybody?
All your teachers have to stay here until 6:00.
Yep.
With us.
And then what happens when they show up and they say, Tim, watch this. We're gonna suspend or expel you. What happens if every kid wears the hat again? Then what are you gonna do?
Expel us all.
Expel us all. Then what happens to that school district?
Bye-bye funding.
Goodbye. Oh my God, Roth, Apex, did I just solve a huge problem in 2 days? Is that all it takes? Just do it. Whatever they're telling you not to do, wear your mask. Wear your mask. Just don't.
Hey, but Drex, remember that one kid who always had perfect attendance?
I know. The simp. I got to.
It starts with one. And then, one of them is like the kid of the principal, and they're like, well, no, I don't want to get in trouble at home, too. All right, there you go. There's number 2. Maybe there's a couple of kids who are children of the the school board. Oh, yeah, now we're up to like 5 of them who are like, nah, I can't really do this. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah,
it's the both sides.
That's how it starts.
You can start a movement with one person, but you can also stop a movement with one person.
Facts. I mean, like I said, I don't know how to be like this. I don't know how to be a cuck, man.
That's where bullying comes in handy, Drex. That's where you take that one kid who's like, but I want my perfect attendance, and you drag him out into the hallway and kick his ass.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta go ahead and put hands on people. It is what it is, man. Sometimes people gotta get a busted lip. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something. This is for all the cuck servers. Violence is the only thing that solves problems in life, okay? Anyone who says, no, diplomacy doesn't solve anything. The only thing that solves problems, the only thing that sends a message is violence, okay? I know that hurts some feelings. I know that people say that, oh, Drex, you're wrong for saying that. But watch this. Hey, Tim, how do you stop a bully in school? How do you stop him?
You kick his ass.
But what happens if you say that's not, no, Tim. My mommy told me that that's wrong. Violence is wrong. I need to tell the school administrators. What happens when you tell them, Tim? What do the administrators do? Nothing, right? And then when the bully beats you down more, what happens?
Yeah, then they punish you for retaliating.
Yeah, you both get suspended.
That's right. So had you just followed Drexology and whoop this kid's ass and bust his fucking head to the white meat, oh my God, you solved the problem. And going forward, watch this. Hey, Tim, are you going to get bullied after that?
No, they're going to pick on someone who's easier.
See? Just like COVID. Just like anything else. They pick weak targets, man.
It's the exact same reason why the lion picks the sick zebra out of the group.
Yep. Get the wounded gazelle.
No fight. No fighting back.
Now,
those horns hurt, man.
Oh, hell yeah, it hurts. Now, I got to ask you guys this, Apex, Roth. In Australia, how is Me Too and just like this whole issue of like the treatment of women, how is that viewed in your country?
I love women. They are strong, independent, and powerful.
They can do everything I can do, but better in heels.
Well said. How are the guys out there? Like, what is the dynamic? I told you guys we would talk about. Obviously, your birth rate, I'm sure, is going down the shitter. Your marriage rate's going down the shitter.
Yeah, the thirst is fucking real, dude. Like, there's just endless thirst in this country.
Is it? No.
Well, remember, Australia's a very hot place, too, so the thirst hits twice over.
There's a lot of people with rounded chins that do not stick out at all. Just that is something I've just noticed in the last few years. They're everywhere now.
The cuck simulator face.
No, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
What happened to Crocodile Dundee?
He's in the 80s, Drex.
No, the last of that breed died with Steve Irwin.
Yes. Oh, man, that was a real hero, man. Let me give a little toast to my man, Steve Irwin. Drink this
Pour
water.
one out.
Hey, man, Steve Irwin was a real one, man. Even Cat Williams had it back when Cat Williams wasn't woke. Cat Williams even had to give him a shout out during his set, man. He's like, man, that was a real gangster right there. Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Wow. So describe what happened, man. So let's say a person flies in, right? An alien spacecraft hovers over Sydney, and they swoop down. What are they going to see? You say these guys are thirsty. What are they going to see?
You know what, actually? So you know how in 1940s Germany they had the rectangular red flags running down the main roads with the swastikas? Well, they've got the exact same thing with the rainbow.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Yeah, in the same rectangular format, like in portrait orientation. It is psycho. I thought, that was really...
Okay, how many people actually buy into, like actually believe in this?
They don't question it. Whether they believe it or not, they no better or too scared to question it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, even people that you spend a lot of time with will recite the fucking appropriate response in just your company, like just in case. It's like, come on, dude. This is me.
I discovered the principal of this school is a woman, Jane Boyle.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Don't worry, I saw it. If you have a female principal, your school's already done. It's over.
You're screwed.
To be honest with you, who says that having a dude is good? They're all cucked. How many school principals have you seen that were like, oh no, this guy's based? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, my principal got caught in the janitor's closet with one of the teachers.
Yeah, but that's just thirsty.
God.
Yeah, that's just thirst.
Oh, and he was married.
Of course
So-
he was.
And she forgave him.
Of course she did, because he has income. She has a reason to stay with him.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's a little based. You know, you get some of that 21-year-old teacher, and then nothing goes bad for you because of it, even though you got caught.
Maybe.
The first is very
Didn't even lose
similar
his
to
job.
Well, Roth, tell me about relationships in Australia, right? We've had conversations. I remember talking to Apex about Sydney Watson. Don't worry, Apex, we'll get to her. Roth, tell me about the how feminism has infected. I mean, I've heard about the Australian women, like the Aussie women apparently are very woke, and all that. Like, what's dating like?
It's very much how you'd imagine. There's, how many of them are actually marriage material? Very round number. It has no other digits in it. It's just a very round number. And most of them are, I've got friends who say, oh, why can't I find somebody? You're 35. Why are you starting to look now? Oh, but I've just been trying to focus on, my family, on my work and all of that, and now it's time to get a family. Well, you should have started looking earlier. Oh, but, it's all the men's fault because they don't want me now because I know what I want. What do you want?
Intimidated?
Yeah.
Intimidated, right?
Yeah. Oh, what do you want? I want somebody who's funny. Okay. But the thing is, the wanting somebody who's funny doesn't recognize the other 4 points that they're just not saying, which is tall, lots of money, employed, has big house. So when you've got somebody who's got those 4 things already, what's the person got to have? Then they've got to be funny. So it's stuffed everywhere. The dating market is pretty much how you'd imagine from the onlineness in that, the reason all of the stats, the 90-10s is pretty universal. So it's the same in Australia. Those, top people who are not settling down with anybody because, why would they? Are being fought over by all the women, and the next 80% down are getting nothing, and then the bottom 10%, are the ones who then wind up, on a rope because they're the ones who can't handle it because they're right at the bottom.
Damn. I mean, it's so bleak that I can't help but get a hard on, man. Holy shit, Rob. Now, Apex.
Black belt as fuck.
Again, I might be overstating it, but if I am, it's not by very much.
No, I got caught with one of those gigantic women who leans forward in their picture. So I had no idea that this bitch was had a foot and 100 kilos on me. It was crazy.
Oh. So
you
you saw Lizzo. You saw Tess
Get a
Holiday.
nut out.
The angles.
You gotta get that big girl quota.
Yeah, I had to fill the quota.
Yeah, Apex, look, I ain't going to judge you, man. Look, if you got to go ahead and clap Tess Holiday's cheeks, man, I ain't going to say nothing, man. It's between me and you.
My number one,
Thank God.
this one time, I ran into this German girl who gave me a note on the bus. I'd never met her before. And she said, "You look pretty when you smile," or something. And I'm like, all right. I went over and we went out on a date. So we went on a nice date. Fucking $300 meal when I'm not earning a lot of money.
This $300 meal? The hell did you eat?
This in Darling Harbour in Sydney, which is the best place. So.
Jeff fish and chips.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
probably the equivalent of about 150.
And of course,
what did you
I'm
eat?
just trying to.
What?
Well, I don't know, some
Good
fucking
wine?
steak. Like I said, I was a kid.
Yeah.
I wasn't earning a lot of money. It was fucking bullshit. And at the end of this day, which I paid for, I was like, all right, so we're gonna smash. And he's like, oh, I've got this boyfriend back in Germany. I was like, okay. So we've been on talking for half a week and on this 3-hour date or whatever. And at the end of it, now you're going to mention that. You didn't want to mention that before. It's like, what do you think is going on here? I don't know.
You got used as a foodie call.
Yeah,
You got foodie called.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I'm a lot smarter nowadays.
Now, okay,
but
so now
had to
you
learn.
have to dip your hands into the holy water and repeat after me.
Yeah.
Father Drexel, forgive me for I have simped.
Yeah.
Forgive me for I have simp. I used to be a big time simp. I won't even pretend not to be because fucking single mother house.
Yeah, you know, most of us have simped once in our lifetime. Very few of us have made it through our entire lives without simping.
Now you gotta learn. It's, you know.
You do have to learn. Someone needs to teach. No, someone has to teach you.
Yeah.
Go find your Mr. Miyagi.
Well, you get taught over here. I don't know. Usually it's like smash for food. So I don't know. Can't be that different to you guys.
So are you guys like conditioned like that? Like are they telling you like, oh, be nice to women, happy wife, happy life? Like,
yeah.
Prostitution is legal in Australia, right?
It is.
Oh wait, whoa, hold up, no, Rob, Apex, hold up, nope. I gotta put you on the wall, Apex. Look, how is prostitution legal? But you spent $300 and didn't get laid.
I was 18. It would have been weird because no 18-year-old prostitutes out there that I was running into at the time anyway.
Smash a cougar.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
At 18? Look, dude, at 18, look, you have hormones. All she needs to do is look. Angela White. Shout out to Angela White, by the way. Let me toast. I love
Drugs, I had an old car. I didn't need an old woman too.
But here's the thing, though. At 18, you just need to go ahead and get your body count up, right? You just need to get your dick wet. Because here's the thing, you don't. Okay, at 18, you didn't have money to like provide for a woman anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if your only goal was I gotta get this, I have a dry dick, I need to get a dick wet, right? What's wrong with a chick who's like even 28, right?
I don't know. Different frame of mind, basically, back then.
Fuck that. I had the same frame of mind. I'm out here to get it. You know what I'm saying? Corey Chase could have gotten it when I was 18, fam.
Now, there was a few, because then you think back, it's like, well, actually, if I was down to fuck and not worried about just, I don't know, either knocking out bitches or getting diseases, I would have, missed out on a couple of good ones. Fucking hell. Slapping myself now.
Apex? Well, now, Apex, I got to ask you, man. Sydney Watson, Daisy Cousins, women of that ilk. What have they done to the dating market in Australia?
Oh, I don't know. Most of the women that you run into are like the Kardashian clone with the black hair and fucking puffed up lips and big asses and only wearing black clothing to go with their black hair.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's weird. That's a very common thing. I don't know where that taste has come from, but it's
wait a minute.
everywhere.
There can't be that many Aussies who have black hair in general, though, right?
Well, they dye it. I mean, and they've got the fake tan, so it doesn't really matter what ethnicity they might have started out with. They all look the same now. That's a really crazy one.
It's a lot of clone culture.
Oh, now, yeah, Roth, I got to ask you this question to piggyback on Apex.
Yeah.
What do you think about that in terms of the influence from country A, in this case the U.S., having such a global, wide-reaching impact on the women of Australia and what that's doing to their expectations?
It has raised them substantially because it used to be, and I think I'm older than you, Drex, that it was that you would sort of look for somebody of, similar age, similar, that sort of thing. Think, we're probably about the same level of attractiveness, whether that's, usually, what we'd now call relationship market value, I think, rather than sexual market value. And, usually that would be, the guy's got probably an entry level or a little bit better job. And, she might be, looking to start the family, so you get together and start. Whereas now, it's, as I said, it's just moved the whole thing towards, if you're not performing at an 11 out of 10 already, then, a lot of them just won't look at you. So, it's really killed a lot of things. I think the Australian marriage rate, I had a bit of a look before, is to 3.1 per 1,000 people.
1,000, yep.
Yep, and
Holy shit.
the child rate is 1.58, so childbirth rate,
Yep, below replacement level.
which
Is
is
that
pretty
that
low.
counts immigrant communities, right?
I believe that
So what is
counts
it without?
immigrants as well.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
what is
say,
it
yeah,
without?
if you don't count immigrants, I mean, do you guys think that you might be closer to like Japan without immigrants?
So Australia only has about 27 million people in the whole country.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
You have less
Yeah.
than Canada.
Yeah, so I think Sydney has about 4, Melbourne has about 5, and the rest of them are spread around the rest of the country. So it's not a very big population. When I was growing up, it was only about 16, 17 million. So in sort of 30 years, we have, had 10 million, of which an awful lot of that has been immigrants from different places. And
Jesus, I didn't realize that. I mean, to say that you guys are a continent. Do you know that California has over 39 million people? Texas has 29 million.
Yeah,
And that's one state.
Yeah, California has more people than Canada.
Tokyo
Jesus.
has more people in it than Australia does.
Holy shit.
So you look at that, and so when you have a small country that's relatively new, because Australia's as it is, as been there as it in its current-ish form for just over 200 years. We've got a very English-centric culture in that it's very hard to say that's Australian culture. I mean, people always ask me, what's Australia's national dish? I don't know.
Bangers and mash.
Yeah, exactly. The difference between us and English is that we like V8s, commies and shit.
Yeah, and
Jesus.
probably the national dress is probably the Akuba and Dreiser bone.
There you go.
That's probably about it.
What?
Yeah, it's a style of hat and a sort of a country-esque raincoat.
You'll see me in a black Akuba often.
Yeah, I've got a black and a brown one myself, and
But anyways, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Australia's immigration system is actually fairly strict.
Yeah, okay.
up to a point, because most of it is based on they call it the points system. So if it's an industry that they've recognised there is a shortage of local people in, then you can get fast tracked. So if you're a welder or those sorts of things, you can get in easier.
Farm workers too, right? Is that so? That the American equivalent is the H-1B1 visa.
Farm workers is usually looked at more of the holiday backpacker sort of thing. So they're expecting people who come and are doing a working holiday. Some of those come and do work and pick food for pick the fruit and that sort of thing during the season. So it is that. Oh yeah, I just saw somebody.
Yeah, but also you'll remember how we took a lot of asylum seekers that came in by boats. Yeah,
I thought you put them all on an island.
For
Christmas Island.
Wow.
Yeah, before that. So that was something that John Howard did have in his favour, in that he was fairly tough on asylum seekers and especially illegal immigrants. So they were turning the boats back to Indonesia, which was
which is easy to do because you're entirely surrounded by water, right?
Yeah,
it's not easy to get to Australia illegally.
No, and a fair distance from other countries, so you just can't swim or get into a dinghy or something. So
yeah, no, the ocean would kill you.
Yeah, and
or the jellyfish do.
Roth, one thing that I've talked about is the introduction of something that has happened before throughout history, but is kind of really pushing back now, which is this issue of poly relationships and how that's going to be the future of dating. Because you talk about the 90-10 rule. I want to get both of you and Apex's take on that, because the marriage rate's falling, right? The birth rate's falling. What do you guys think about poly relationships going forward in your country?
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, I've seen them
Are
starting.
you seeing it now? What have you seen already?
People I know will leave their partner if they're not open with the poly shit, or it's just like, well, I'm hot enough, so it's sort of just a given that I would be poly and be fucking other people as well, or just, I don't know, that cuck shit runs pretty rampant around here.
Well, I asked this Sterling
Yeah.
Cooper. I've been watching his videos, and I guess he was a male porn star, an escort, or like high level straight male escort, and he talks about his experiences growing up over there. And I'm just like, and he's been talking about that, right? And I'm just like, is it really getting like that bad? And damn.
I mean, when I was a teenager, everyone fucked, which was one thing, but I don't know. I don't really remember a lot of people my age getting in relationships. Everyone was just fooling around, really.
But you didn't see any cuckoldry kind of stuff as a teen, right?
Nope. Didn't exist.
Because can you get cucked as a teen? Because I've always been thinking about that. Like how do you get? Because the nature of the dynamic is very different.
I don't know. When I was a younger lad, if there was anything of the sort, there would have to be a fight over it, and it was going to be a good one. So I don't know. No one would get away with it without something getting broken.
Damn. Roth, what do you think about all this? Like where this is headed with relationships, with just your country? Where do you see your country is headed?
I think you might be right. I'm not sure if Australia is as because to go down the path of, as you say, like all of the poly shit and all of that sort of stuff, you've really got to have a society that accepts that sort of thing. Now, I know I said that Australians are generally pretty quiet about things and just go with the flow. I'm not convinced that that sort of thing would be done, because I think most people would just go, oh, okay, we can have poly now. I don't want that shit. So would then just not engage in it. I could be very wrong. So I don't see Australia going that way unless we import an awful lot of other people who are already doing that. And that would be how it'd get a foothold. In general, I don't know. I've got two minds. I mean, if Australia as a country grows a pair and we start to go back to a lot more in-nation manufacturing and things like that, I think Australia has a pretty good future. If we keep going as we are at the moment, especially with the relationship with China and that sort of thing, it's probably about the same as most of the rest of the West in that we're pretty much done.
Oof. Well, I want to ask you something about, obviously talk about China, because they have, social currency, social credit. We talked before about digital online ID. I think that was you, Roth, who posted that thing, right? What do you think about that? About digital ID online?
I'm against it because in the sense of the outcomes are not going to be as benign as what you're originally sold. You might be sold, I think, as you were saying earlier, you might be sold, oh, this is just so that, people are more accountable and, it's harder to hide from things. But then on the other side of that is, as soon as it comes in, everybody knows that that's not going to be where it stops. Mm-hmm. And it's all well and good until you're the one who can no longer get a bank account or a job or open the door into the supermarket because your digital ID has been locked out because of wrongthink. Mm-hmm. Because,
I mean, I wouldn't be allowed to drive a car because my social credit would just tell them that I speed all the time and shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not buying any of these fucking Teslas or cars with all these computers in them. I'm sticking to something more basic.
Well, Apex, when it comes to online digital, the digital ID and all this stuff, right? We talked before, and I think Tim was here by that point. We talked about the issue in Canada where if you support cause A, that's okay. Cause B, you're canceled forever, right? You can't bank. You can't, get food,
I
whatever.
mean, even with like the Victoria Police earlier on, where they're knocking on doors because you made a post about a COVID protest, and it's like, well, how about you go fuck yourself? Are you serious? Like, it's already here, sort of, and the digital ID just streamlines the process of tracking you down.
How often do people fight the police in Australia? I'm curious.
Depends on how drunk they are and if they can run fast enough.
I think
that's the best answer.
I think what we saw during those protests in Victoria and other things were probably the most pushback the police have received in a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
I think since the Dockers
Not even
union
like
dispute.
criminal riots.
Well, I don't know. There was a bit there, but that was the police in that one were a bit more just in the thing of they just contained the area, let the people basically exhaust themselves, and then went in and arrested them. So there wasn't that as much of that direct confrontation. The only previous time I can think that there's been that level of direct confrontation, as I said, is probably the stevedores union back in the sort of the 80s.
Oh, was that before my time.
So that was they were trying to. It was a union dispute. So the union was saying, they're working, not enough money, too much work, need more staff, sort of thing. The owners of the docks were saying, no, you've got plenty, do whatever. The union, went on strike. They tried to send in the scabs, and kerfuffles ensued. Sorry, that's just very broad overview, but
I mean, it's been crazy. If you saw that one guy last year who was just mowing through police, there's been some funny moments out of all these protests. But I said another video earlier. If you play it on silent, it's just a compilation of people just getting stomped out by the police. We saw a couple of those clips earlier, though. Yep. I don't know. It's sort of a common thing, and the police here don't really ever use their guns unless the person they're up against is basically running at them or has a gun themselves.
They're pretty restrained for the most part.
Yeah, they do quite well.
I mean, obviously, you've just shown us all of those examples of them not doing well.
Yeah, they don't need guns.
No. Yeah, well, I imagine, like, if I saw, like, my family member or something getting slung to the ground, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, face first, right? And...
Oh, but you're not thinking from the conservative mindset, which is, what did they do to deserve that?
Yeah. What did they do?
Well, with some of the stuff that's happened online, right? There's a lot of talk about Elon Musk, right, with Twitter and all that stuff. And I want to ask you guys this. In the event that he does get control of Twitter, right? In terms of basically a hostile takeover through money, what do you guys see, like, social media in your country going in the future?
Australia did push back a bit against Facebook and that against the social media, because around the use of news articles in particular, when Facebook was just, when they were just sorting all of the news and basically just republishing it. So Australia said, sure, okay, you can do that, but you have to pay the agencies that write the news to do that. And there was a bit of an argument there for a while, and Facebook was saying that they were going to pull out and this sort of thing. And fortunately, in that one, Australia didn't blink.
The thoughts were just losing their shit.
Yeah, Facebook. If Facebook pulled out of somewhere, that'd be the best thing to happen to that
would
place.
Be the funniest shit, because I copped so much when I deleted my account from everyone in my family, and it was like, I don't know how any of you people still have accounts.
I can say I've never had a Facebook account.
Yeah.
Good for you. Great. Drex, you remember the mosque shooting in New Zealand and how hard the police went after social media for people sharing.
remember that.
God.
Okay, that's what Australia is going to do if Elon Musk gets a hold of Twitter. That's my prediction. he's going to allow hate speech that the Australian government's going to be like, we have to ban Twitter.
No,
There's too
that'd be
much hate
terrible.
speech. We have to ban it.
Jeez, please don't do that.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Wow. I mean, New Zealand. Okay, so I want to ask you guys this because that's your neighbor over there. How cucked is New Zealand?
We were talking earlier about that ballistic missile, nuclear submarine deal,
Yep.
and how Jacinda said, "Well, I don't want you parking any of your nuclear subs in my waters." But I was imagining that might change if a war broke out, and she suddenly needs those to defend her country.
Yeah, especially if China starts a war.
She's crazy town. She wore one of those Muslim headdresses in like one of her earlier months in like solidarity. Oh yeah, for Christchurch. That's right. She just threw on the headdress. That was a nice virtue signal.
That's like Justin Trudeau dressing up in black.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm with my African brothers.
I really don't get how people don't just see immediately through that. It's like, yeah, like she put it on just for this, and she's never gonna wear it again, and never worn it before now. What the fuck do you think is going on here? People just don't connect the dots. I don't know.
I got a question for you guys. How did someone like Jacinda Ardern, how did she get in that position? Like, what is it about the population of New Zealand that allows people like her to prosper?
I think their previous Prime Minister was so unpopular that she went on as I said, I'm not a Kiwi, so this is only my take on it, which is their previous guy was so unpopular that she looked good in a moderate stance. So that's how she got there. But again, I think New Zealand is similar to Australia in that we have the representative democracy, is that the party picks the leader. So
it's the person who's done the most service.
You know, they had.
When I say service, think Kamala Harris.
No. I think in this case they chose her because she didn't have a history, and because they could look and say that they can't actually find too much dirt on her.
No scandals because
because she's got no experience.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen that.
No, I bet she's got a tape somewhere on the internet. Someone will find it.
Oh, Apex! Did I tell you what happened to me last night? I found out that Mattress Girl has an actual sex tape, man.
Who's Mattress Girl?
I should have from the US college, the one who was saying that this is the mattress I was done dirty on.
Yeah, she claimed she was being raped, and rape is such a big issue, and it happened to her, so she would carry the mattress around campus, right? Come to find out, everything she said was a lie. Shocking, I know. Hoes mad, hoes lying. It's what they do. And then...
So you're telling me this woman was walking up to people with the mattress going, yeah, you see this mattress? Look at this mattress.
You see this stain right here?
Yeah.
What a
so
psycho.
she made a video. If you type in like Mattress Girl, spicy flick, it'll pop up, right?
Of course. By the way, is making fun of New Zealand? I always say it wrong. New Zealand is making fun of New Zealand the same as America making fun of Canada. Is that the similar relationship? Are they like the dorky little brother of Australia?
No, they just fuck shape.
Canada gets mocked like daily in America. Like, Canada's like the butt of every joke.
It depends who's winning it. It depends who's winning the rugby.
Oh, true. We do get cucked by rugby.
Because if they're winning the rugby, then they tend to cop it a bit more. But if we tend to look on them with a little bit more pity.
And remember when they banned scrums? That was devastating.
Which player was it that got paralyzed because he got tackled and landed on his neck?
Yeah.
Was that an Australian player? Or an English one? I can't remember. But I remember seeing that and I was like, God damn.
Yeah. Every time the scrum would collapse after that event, it was like, zoom in. Is he dead?
They picked him up to complete the tackle, right? You usually lift a guy's legs and then roll him over so you can tackle him. But he twisted in a weird way. He landed right on the side of his neck and crunched his head sideways. And he's just sitting there like in fencing position, right? Like his arms are just stiff as a board.
Oh no, that's terrible.
And
man.
you're like, oh fuck, he's dead.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. How long ago did this happen?
Oh god, it's quite a while, many years.
I
But
think
Drex,
we
we
did have
want
one
that
guy in school, yeah, with a rugby injury like that.
because rugby has different types of players, right? Yeah, just like American football, you have these giant linemen, but then you have these like thinner, faster running backs or wide receivers.
Yep.
Especially if they're a slot receiver, they tend to be a lot
The
smaller.
wingers, the hookers, those
Yeah,
sorts of positions.
Hookers. You have a position called hooking.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Drex, I want a transgender woman, the size of Vince Wilfork.
No, we got one. We got one.
Yeah, have
Hannah
you ever
Mounsey.
heard of
Hannah Mounsey. Yeah. Shout out to my girl Hannah. I'm with you, sister.
You're a study to brave girl.
Hey, Hannah Mounsey is stunning and very brave because she is wrecking these broads.
Now, do you think she took a pay cut when she moved leagues? Did she take a 75% pay cut?
Nobody can answer that because nobody watches the women's league.
Isn't that great, Drex, when the U.S. women's national team sued and Discovery showed that they actually make more money?
Yeah, they out earn unjustly because literally no one watches them or cares about them because they're useless.
Well, there was the as much as I said a bit about Queensland before, they did let there was a male netball team who couldn't. There were not enough male teams to form their own league, and so the women let them play, and they just dominated. Like it wasn't even that their finals victory was like triple or quadruple the score, and the women just had and
clearly that game is rigged. I mean, obviously women can do anything men can do. There is no difference between them. Leah Thomas is equal parts woman.
Look, they were very concerned that it may
all in her.
Encourage the idea that men and women do not have the same physical capability. They were very,
They definitely do have the same capabilities. I mean, I know this as a trans woman.
Leah Thomas's beautiful female penis and all its glory, it swings around.
That's not a penis; it's an enlarged clit,
but it's a feminine clit.
Very feminine.
Drex, we got to wrap soon. I've got a bunch of emails to do.
Oh yeah, we'll get to the emails, but yeah, Apex and Roth, thanks for coming in because man, your country is basically a precursor to what's coming for a lot of the rest of us, right?
Well, I need to take issue because you guys had a bill to put women in the draft and it got dropped mysteriously, and I think this is a front to the neutral genders. You know what I mean? How can we possibly be equal if women are not in the draft as well?
Well, what would be your closing thoughts about Australia or people that are worried that their country is going to become Australia? We'll start with you, Roth.
Worried your country's going to become Australia? Don't worry, because we've still got 8 of the 10 most deadly snakes and a whole bunch of the most deadly spiders. So
everything there can kill you. Every single animal will kill you. Your scorpions, your jellyfish,
your platypus have
your spiders.
The stingers on platypus.
Your birds kill people.
Yeah, magpies are just evil sons of
the swoopy chicken.
Bleeps. Yeah, the swoopy chicken. Even the bin chickens are not friendly.
Wait, people get killed by chickens? I would hope no one's ever been killed by a chicken, man. I mean, we kill chickens here and eat them, but damn.
Yeah.
An emu's nothing but a really big chicken, really, when you think about it.
A speedy chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
By the way, I think for the art this week, I'm going to have Drex boxing a kangaroo.
Wearing a little Australian shirt. It's great because I look at the what was going on in Australia and it always bothered me, and I always would tell you guys in the chat, I was like, I like getting updates about stuff because I think it's very important, just like Tim with the trucker thing in Canada. You need to see what's going on with your neighbors to see, what are the parallels that we have to that, and how can we prevent it? You see what I'm saying? Whereas, because if you just sit there going like this, oh no, that it's not me, it doesn't affect me. Eventually, it will affect you. You see what I'm saying? So, So that's why I wanted to get you guys' take on that because, man, some of the stuff that's happening in America right now, that's happening obviously in Canada, it's eerily so because all these people are coming from their overlords. They come from the same playbook. They're doing the same thing because this is all part of one plan. So that's why I wanted to get you guys' take so that people understand that we're all interconnected. And if guys would finally start joining forces instead of fighting each other over, basically pussy. That's all the guys fight over because they're stupid.
Well, Drex, how long do you think you're going to last without being labeled as a terrorist organization?
Well, but you got to remember, I am a masculine presenting transgender lesbian. And I have multiple religious affiliations, whichever one. I'm religious. I'm faith fluid, right?
Yeah.
And right now I'm
that's
very
next.
Muslim. Yeah,
That's next.
I'm faith fluid. I'm soon to be transracial because I'm going to do a show in whiteface, so I am transracial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most beautiful one is where you and Nick do a show in each other's faces, right? Nick's in blackface and you're in whiteface.
Nick will be in blackface. I'll be in whiteface.
That'd be amazing.
To own these lames.
But anyways,
yeah. But
thank you both
again
very
for coming
much.
on, man. Much appreciated.
Thanks for having us.
Do you have anything to shill before we leave?
Nah.
Nope. Okay. I'll see you guys out. We'll just cover emails. Feel free to hang out in the back room if you want, but we're just gonna hit a couple emails and call it a day.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yeah, we
it's
got
just you and
email
me.
time.
I've got an article someone sent us. Our friend who said it's okay to read his name on the show, Joel, from Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
They speak Brazilian there, right? Is that how that works?
I forgot what the hell they speak in Portugal. I mean, people say Portuguese, so I'm thinking,
Yeah, no, it's Portuguese. I was making a terrible joke. Drex. Just let it die.
Oh, goodness. They speak
But
Brazil.
he found an article from Egypt that says that 17,000 divorces have Candy Crush cited as the cause, and 250,000 divorces cited PlayStation as the cause.
Are you serious?
Negative
Oh my
effects of
God.
electronic games on family relations. There we go. Unfortunately, a 2018 Candy Crush and PlayStation are the main reason behind divorce.
Well, here's the thing. If it's Candy Crush, that was female. If it's the PlayStation, the 250,000, that's clearly the dude. Because Candy Crush is a women tend to do games that are mobile, like little simple games. That's what they tend to go for. Guys tend to do the sit down Call of Duty style, Fortnite grind out type games, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So, I mean, there's not much else interesting. It's just a bunch of research and stats.
I think it's great.
Social media usage.
Games can cause a divorce. Because here's the thing: when someone says, "Tim, it's me or it's the games," the guy's like, "All right, bye."
Bye.
If a woman told me it's going to be games or them, Tim, I wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah. Shout out to the home country of Amr Matwali.
Yep.
Because
I would think it was a joke. Honestly, I'd be like, that's funny. You're just kind of joking. I'm being serious. It's me or the games. Bye, Felicia. Nah, man, I'm not giving up gaming ever.
Let's see. We got another. People keep sending us articles into the email box, so yeah, we'll have a quick look at them. Ooh, this is some FDS stuff.
Uh-oh.
This is female dating strategy level stuff here. Share
take a
this
look.
tab. I make men pass tests to date me.
Just stop the bullshit.
Oh, look at that face,
Brooke
Drex.
Cato. To provide and protect.
That almost looks like one of Phil's dolls.
Well, I mean, most of these hoes just look plastic anyway. Wait, so let me see this.
So far, no one's passed.
No one's passed
test.
this. Gabby, known on TikTok as Respectfully Gabby, has shared her strict dating rules for men online, which include paying for dinner and caring about her safety. In her viral clip, which has been viewed more than 150,000 times, she said if a guy isn't reaching for the check, it's a red flag. Let's stop this conversation and the back and forth 50-50 bullshit. First date, he needs to be paying 100%, she said in the video, with the Sex and the City theme song playing in the background.
Oh.
If he's not, then goodbye. So then she has a recent date. Hold on, let me see. What does this say? She even recalled a recent date in Miami, Florida, when she and a guy she happened to run into shared a few drinks at a bar. At the end of the night, Their Ubers were going in separate directions, but instead of hopping in his car as soon as it arrived, he offered to wait with Gabby until hers did too. Okay. She did what anyone would do.
Nice cans.
Yeah, she's pumping up material. She did what anyone would do, politely declining as a nicety while secretly hoping he'd stay anyway. But he didn't, and ditched her on the street alone at 4 a.m.
So you said don't do it. He doesn't do it. Now you're pissed.
Now you're pissed. Okay, this is great. Immediately, no, she said, adding that men should double check that women made it home safely. If you don't care about my safety and making sure I get into my Uber safely, you're done. She offered up a crash course on modern day chivalry. Something we just
did an episode on that, huh?
Yep. Oh my God, this man failed my protection test, so he never heard from me again, she said. Correction, Tim. He was the one that cut that off.
Yeah, he dodged the
you need
bullet
to be
there.
walking her to her car. Where did the rest of that say? Scroll up.
Oh, sorry.
You need to be walking her to her car, to her Uber, to wherever to make sure she gets home safely. Another test of Gabby's involves her complaining that she's cold when the guy is wearing some sort of outerwear just to see if he'll, quote unquote, give her the shirt off his back. If you don't, you're dead to me, she said. Listen, Tim, I actually like this article. I think this is a legit. I'm not being facetious. This is a legitimately great article. Do you know why? Hey Tim, all the shit tests, right? Why aren't guys doing the same thing to women? Right?
Well, first of all, her jacket won't fit on me.
Well, no, I don't mean the jacket thing. I'm talking about why don't guys have these rules, right?
Well,
guys have no standards. Let's just be honest. Most dudes don't actually have any standards. If they just get any female attention, that's enough for them, right? Oh my God, I'm so happy a girl's talking to me. Bro, she has like 50 other dudes in her DMs right now ready to take her on a date. You're not special. She views you as disposable. That's why she treats you like this. So do the same thing. But I always tell dudes, keep the same energy.
Mike Bossy died.
Who? Oh, the
legendary hockey player.
Wow. Damn.
Oh, that
must have
sucks.
just happened. Next time, don't tell him it's okay. I always let men wait. Don't tell them no as a test. Wait, what is this? Hold on. But others were quick to slam Gabby for a test, offering that she should just say what she means instead of being cryptic.
Oh.
Test this, test that. What are we in high school? Stop the games and communicate. Way too grown for all this, one angered guy. Next time, don't tell him it's okay. I always let men wait, wrote another. Don't tell them no as a test. Yeah, look, this game playing, Tim, this is the beauty of these kind of articles. Hey, tell me where Gabby's going to end up in the next 20 years.
On a park bench beside Candace Bushnell talking about the good old days.
Yep. Used up, single, alone, bitter, and miserable. Congratulations, you played yourself, Gabby. Next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a couple more. So thanks for that article. It really is a shit test, but all the shit tests is what women want from men, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about the resources, money, security.
Yep. Protection, all this. But this is the problem I have with dudes, Tim. What tests are you giving these females? You see what I'm saying? Are you guys asking for anything? Do you have any demands? Literally, do you ask for respect? No. Do you ask for sex? No. Well, I want it, Drex, but if she doesn't give it, I guess that's okay. Tim, I've told guys, man, whatever things you have in your mind, right? The same way women look at social media and say, you better be doing this for me. What's wrong with looking at porn and saying, you better do this for me or I'm out? Wait, whoa, what does this say? So here we got Hannah, dating profile of the day. Shout out to my man Joker, a better bachelor. She likes hiking. She's 19. Hey, Hannah. 19 and pregnant, so if that's an issue, don't swipe. Not interested in hookups, sneaky links, or etc. I like to stay in, watch Netflix, and snack. I can't cook, so I hope your smoke detectors work. So,
someone's going to wife that up, Drex.
You know what? And you know what it's going to be? I hate to say it because white guys are all about relationships. Look at that face. Are you serious?
That looks like a meth head.
Jesus. It's going to be a white simp. It's going to be because black guys.
Who took the picture?
Black guys. Oh, that's the dude? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the guy who took the screenshot.
Good for him. He knows. Like, look, this is what you're dealing with out here in the dating market. 19-year-old knocked up, used up thoughts, right? Who look like Tim. This bitch looks like who? The Penguin? Beetlejuice?
Yeah, a white.
Wait, hold on, Tim.
Beetlejuice and Whiteface.
Is that a Queen of Spades on her ring finger? Can you zoom in? I see a spade. Is that a spade? No, it's something else. Damn. I was gonna say, what brother went ahead and knocked this up?
It might just be a reflection.
Yeah. All right, so Hannah, you're 19. I don't know how old you are now. You look terrible. Okay, you look absolutely terrible. Like Tim, on a scale of 1 to 10, where does Hannah rank?
Let's see. I'd give her. Man, that face is hard to ignore, man.
That face.
I'd give her meth face is always a 2.
Yeah, I'm saying she's somewhere between a 2 and a 3. Right? She's not she's not Leslie Jones and she's not Tarana Burke.
I can't get over to it looks like the face of a meth head. Like she'd probably give a pretty good gum job.
Probably.
Hang on, let me put the picture. Chat is roasting me for not putting this in the chat, so let me post it for them. 1 second.
Oh
I have
God.
to kill this here.
Oh God, that's great. A gum job.
Yeah, you're welcome. Put that on my desktop. Upload it to you guys. If I brown bagged it, would you give her? What if you brown bag it? What would you give her? Okay, with the paper bag, she's up to about a 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Like here's the thing. Usually, and remember, she's pregnant too, so she's gonna be like bloated and stuff. But like, if her normal non-pregnant body, but yeah, she's got jugs.
Tits.
She's still 19, so her body is not gonna be completely beat to shit. So yeah, I mean, I bet you before the pregnancy and all that, I bet you she was she was a good slam pig. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Oh, I think someone sent us something from Female Dating Strategy.
Oh no, I love SDS. Shout out to my girl, Miss Lore.
Oh no, this is from 2X Chromosomes. r/2X Chromosomes.
Is that like a new site or something?
Oh, this was deleted by. Damn it, it was deleted.
Oh damn. I know it was great though, because anything from these feminist blogs and stuff is great. And here's the thing, Tim. Do you know what I have to say about all of the 2X chromosomes, female dating strategy? You know what I'm going to say about this? You can't complain about men all day, right? And say men are trash, but yet you're still trying to get a man. You see what I'm saying? Go be single, or go start carpet munching.
Fucking Apex is like, post it, and he says, nope, I take it back, make me unsee it. All right. So I'll have to rely on our emailer's description of the post. But it says, I saw this dumbass Reddit post about a woman who was too good for a relationship with the men available around her and thought it could potentially be useful or funny to discuss on the show. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was taken down.
Aw.
Maybe next time. Or take a screenshot. Don't just give me the link.
Yeah. Always screenshot, man, because they take down everything.
Oh. Ooh, hey, this is a great article. This is from the Daily Wire, which is where Ben Shapiro hangs out, along with his beautiful sister and those.
Shout out to our girl Abby. Milkers. Abby, don't be afraid to go ahead and send in an email.
We will have you on the show anytime.
But hold on, Tim. She has to post a verification pic, right? We have to know it's her.
Yeah. We need exact measurements.
Exact measurements, preferably nude. Make sure that you email the Migtown podcast and let us know. Shout out to Abby Shapiro.
Don't you worry. We will not leak or share this with anyone. We are respectable gentlemen.
Yeah, we definitely are.
I mean, we have self-respect, right? Does that count?
Yeah, for something.
Look,
Abby can get it.
There you go. They falsely accused him of sexual assault and were ordered to pay $5.3 million.
Oh, they're appealing the ruling? Yeah, they're going to win the appeal. Wait,
the three defendants were ordered to pay $5.3 after falsely accusing a male Clemson University student of sexual assault. Last month, a jury awarded Andrew $5.3 million in damages following his defamation lawsuit against these people. The three have appealed the ruling.
Here's the thing. On what grounds?
Look at this.
What's the appeal?
I'll get there in a second. I'm sure it'll say in a second. They pursued this guy for more than a month before propositioning him at his birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
They consumed an implausible 9 shots, but were able to walk off campus to their fraternity house. Wanted a kiss. Okay, so that's all the stuff. Let me get to the part where it says what they're appealing. Oh, here we go. Exchanged numerous hostile text messages, which she later deleted before eventually retrieving.
Sure she did. This is all cap. This whole story is cap. The next morning, Wingo sent Pampu. What a name.
Pampu is the guy. Pampu's the guy.
Okay.
Andrew
Pleading with
Pampu.
him to not tell Gagan, what a weird name,
Another
about,
woman.
quote unquote, what happened. Her text made no mention of the assault and was focused on making sure Gagan didn't find out Wingo had sex with Pampu. Later, after accusing Pampu of assault, Wingo would tell campus investigators that she woke up at 11 a.m. to hide the fact that she sent the text. Oh. Well, isn't that convenient? Shout out to Archer.
I wonder if Gahagan is probably her current boyfriend.
Yeah.
I should have actually read this.
When
before I
Gahagan
brought it
found
in.
out Wingo had slept with Pampu, yeah, you're right.
So
Tim.
that was the boyfriend.
Yep. When Gahagan
He
found
told
out
her
Wingo
that
had
if she
slept
didn't
with Pampu.
remember it was rape. So he's the one who started that.
Cuck. We got a simp among us. The two then launched a campaign to get Pampu punished. Wow. Which they achieved when Pampu was suspended by Clemson.
So he started it.
Hold on. Wait. Whoa. There it is, Tim. Months after Pampu was suspended in January 2017, Gahagan sent him a text message admitting that he had helped Wingo make a false allegation against him. You're innocent, Gahagan wrote. I lied in that hearing. Aaron wanted to have sex that night. Get your brothers away from me and never touch your life. Touch your life again? And I'll come through with the truth that she lied. I deleted the text from that night. Prove she was effing crazy. You're innocent. Just pull your effing boys off me and never touch me again. It's sad that you were like a brother to me and this happened. You're innocent. Send this to your lawyer. Just don't call me into the hearing and leave me alone. You're welcome. That's all I ask. You're innocent, bud. Nope.
Oh,
you can go against the wall. You can go against the wall. Tim. It's going to be a higher caliber rifle, and it's going to be a dome shot, so there's no suffering. But you still got to go up against the wall for what you did. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And you know what? I'll let you do it to yourself too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you out to a beach, nice, beautiful beach, and I'm going to lay a 9mm with 1 round in the chamber on the sand, and then I'm going to go back in the boat, sail away, and then you do whatever happens.
Yep.
I'll let you have the dignity of doing it to yourself. On your own
you get the dignity. Yeah, you get dignity because you did come clean, right? But you still need to go up against the wall. You got to go. So what happened to this? So what are they appealing though?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's not saying exactly.
Oh, it doesn't say what they're appealing. So there's Title IX. Prior to this verdict, Lau finalized a settlement for Pampu in 2019 with Clemson University over the school's alleged Title IX and due process violations. Shocking! Shout out to NCAA Cat. Hey, wifey.
He got another. He got a payout from the school.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This guy's got bank.
Oh, yeah. So due process violations involved in their investigation to Wingo's allegations. The details of that settlement were not made public. Shocking. But Pampu received a monetary sum and had the disciplinary notation removed from his official transcript. So they basically had to retract the conviction of, that he's a creep, right? He's an abuser, and pay him out.
Which was not a small sum, right?
Not small. I'm going scorched earth. Nope.
If they did $5.3 million to the 3 people who were involved in this, then what do you think they charged the school?
Yep. No, scorched earth. So shout out to this brother right here, Pampu, man. Look, shout out to you for taking them to court. This is what I always say. Listen, go scorched earth. When you get Me Too'd And you know it's like, and they're all lies. Okay, none of these cases are real. Every time I hear about a woman
nobody
claiming a guy,
raping.
ain't nobody raping these hoes, man. I keep telling y'all, the real percentage is close to zero. The only guys who actually do this, Tim, are serial abuser creeps like Dr. Larry Nassar. You see what I'm saying?
Or people who are raised by single moms that like they just attack someone in Central Park.
Every time I hear these stories with these bras, it's all cap. So yeah, congratulations to him. We'll see what happens. I mean, that story is older, so we'll see what happens with the appeal.
Yeah, I'm guessing the appeal. I'm guessing the article was written 3 days ago.
Oh, okay. So it is okay. Yeah. So,
but it was an old case. Things take forever to get through court. Look at
Yep.
Our friend Vic Lasagna.
Yep, he's in the year 2. I know because I was in court for 2 years. It's garbage. It's useless.
Yeah. The only thing they can appeal, like they can't appeal because the jury returned the wrong verdict.
Yep.
What they
You
can appeal
the-
is that
the
there was
money.
evidence allowed that shouldn't have been allowed. You can appeal the settlement amount, but only if
Yep.
it was a departure from what a reasonable jury could arrive at. You could appeal the judge's instructions. So, where's Mama Vic at? Oh, she's around. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Mama Vic's around. That was sent to us by Miss Mom.
Oh yeah, our girl. Yeah, thanks for that because she has a son that she knows is vulnerable. Tim, in the college system, all dudes are vulnerable. If you have a twig and berries swinging between your legs, you are vulnerable to get Me Too'd and get hit with Title IX and be destroyed forever, like the Duke lacrosse team. No evidence needed, right? Just an allegation.
Someone did a deep fake of Abby with a tit bounce.
There's no deep fake needed, man. I got a great imagination.
Yeah, Apex, don't worry about it, man. We don't have time to go digging through the Wayback Machine to find that Reddit post. I don't care about it that much, but I appreciate the offer of assistance. But that will do it for today's show. Drex, any closing thoughts?
Nope. Australia, you guys are screwed. America's screwed. Canada's screwed. The West is screwed, Tim. That's it.
Yep. Marie Le Pen is our only hope to save us all. I mean that only facetiously. But I hope you guys enjoyed episode 72. You know how to find us, support us. Until next time, everyone, stay frosty.
Stay toxic, King.